Martin Luther King died. He was 39. Malcolm X was 39.
It doesn't
So
matter.
many of the young leaders that changed this world were young people. It's Martin and it's Malcolm.
But here's the thing about it. If we do not boycott, where does that leave us? You are making these white people who do not respect you politically, which means they do not respect you humanely. They do not respect, because the whole point of your politics is to what? To vote for the candidate that is going to help out your community, right, in a positive manner. And if they're restricting your votes and they are taking out legislation and people and representatives out of your community that does not have your, they are putting politicians in there and people to represent you that don't have your community best interests in mind, the boycott is to say that we're tired of this shit. You're not going to purchase any jerseys. You're not going to buy any tickets. And you're going to withhold the talent, not to try to, it's not just about hitting them where the money is. It's making a fucking point that if you're not going to build up the inner city streets, you're not going to fix up and contract in there to not just make these young black boys rich, but to build up their community that they can go back home and see their families and communities living better as a result of what they're doing. Because when white athletes get rich, they build up their communities. Starbuckses, every type of fucking eatery, nice schools, all of this. You go in there and you clean up the white ghettos. And we can't get the same. We can't get the same in our community. So yes, you take the money and get proceeds for politicians who never, you take the money from these young athletes and use the proceeds to fund these politicians who would never do nothing for these black people in their community. How fucking dare you think that these kids, talking about why should we ask this to kids? Because this is exactly how integration happened. They went and used Stokely Carmichael, an informant, to go out there protesting, talking about black power, black power. So what are you talking about? They used the kids then for voting rights. They went to the colleges. They went to the colleges using, what's that man named? Charlie Kirk. So yes, I think it's right and feasible to ask the 17-year-olds, because their lives outside of that sport still will be impacted by legislation and representatives, even when the sport is over and they're not playing the game. That's why. The fuck are you talking about? Y'all keep forgetting they gotta go home. They ain't make the $1 million yet, and that money don't get spent the way you think. So yes, I do think that we should ask this of 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds. If a Ku Klux Klan member can bring an 11-year-old to a lynching, we can bring 17-year-olds to boycott fucking them cutting seats for proper representation of their people. The fuck you mean? It's not a lynching. It's them standing up for their rights, for the rights of their people. Why should you make that white man rich and he can't even allow somebody to represent you to get proper fucking funding for your community economics? Are you out of your fucking mind? It's crazy. We let our kids make, they even talk about letting 4-year-olds choose gender, but now boycotting is too much for the kids. You see how they do this funny shit? They out here trying to make a 4-year-old decide whether to castrate itself or sew up his freaking vagina to make a penis, but they don't think it's ethical to let a teenager boycott. Because it doesn't suit the best interests of these billionaires who make billions of dollars off of these black athletes but don't want to help out their community and want to stifle their representation to help their community. Ain't this a bitch? Y'all got to stop the bullshit. Y'all got to stop the bullshit. It's crazy out here in these streets.
It's also based on grown-up problems is unfair.
Grown-up problems. Not the half-dressed transgender man in school and writing books to make children understand transgenderism, right? When it's just a man who want to change into another man to be able to have sex with a man, right? We want kids to understand sexual orientation, but we want children to stay in a child's place when it comes to their future endeavors and representatives who will represent them to impact their every fucking single day life. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch? Are we kidding me? Are we kidding me? I know these niggas ain't saying this shit. Who paid you? Who paid you? We got our kids listening to all types of gangster rap, shooting, killing. But we can't get our kids to boycott because they're removing our representation in Congress for somebody to defend us politically and stand up for our human, civil, and economic rights in America. We don't want our kids to participate in that. But we want to allow them to watch gangster shows, gangster rap and music. We don't mind them learning about sex early, transgenderism. We don't mind that shit. But God forbid these kids actually stand up and fucking stand up for something right and do what they should be doing. This is what kids should be doing. Getting into politics the right way. Standing up and representing their people and using their voice politically and correctly, not ghetto loud talking buffoonery, shaking their ass. Nobody got a problem with seeing them do that, fighting and shooting, but now they can't boycott for the better cause? That's grown-up stuff? Ain't that a bitch? Let's stop the monkey business, because that's what this shit really is. You tap dancing. You out here the fucking boo-boo monkey Michael Jackson got. Because they don't want to lose money. I don't give a fuck if they don't want to lose money. Then they should respect the black person. You should respect the black people and respect the black dollar. You should respect us as American citizens. Respect our votes, respect our right. And if you can't do this, then our kids can't play with you. I don't know what to tell you. That sound right to me. The baboonery.
To make his own decision.
No, nigga, shut up. Who paid you? No, you was gonna make them move out on money. They wasn't meant to get then. Because if you gotta give up your seat to not properly be represented so they can go out and change laws that would benefit you or could hurt you in the end, and you sit back and just think about self, just worried about yourself. You making you rich. God. It's been a problem. Too many Negroes get rich and do nothing for their community. That's not true, actually, because I do see some athletes actually out there making farms and buying houses, and that's what I mean. Give back to the community from which you came. Build up your inner city streets. Buy up those dilapidated buildings. Go find the business owners. Adverse possession. They have left that property vacant and dilapidated. And nobody wants to keep looking at an eyesore. So clearly call the state on him because he left that abandoned building for all those years. And adverse possession. Tear that property up. Fix it up. And sue him because he didn't adequately do what he was supposed to in that. That's what needs to happen. To build up these so they stop being ghettos. And this is how you make anything. This is what you do in your society. Fuck a vote. If they're not going to do right by you, then voting for them ain't no good. Fuck that. They're just trying to get you in a covenant. Don't vote. I don't give a fuck if it's Democrat. Fuck a Democrat. Fuck a Republican. Fuck the right. Fuck the left. Fuck them both. They both suck anyway. Fuck them. They ain't did shit for you no way. What they do for your community? Not a fucking thing. They bleed it dry of all its resources. And then leave you scrimmaging and picking up the pieces to what they fucked up. Look at this economy. Fuck them. That should be the stance for anybody. If your government don't work for you, fuck them. Fuck you sitting up here trying to keep on voting for same motherfuckers just trying to line their pockets. It's a waste of time. Sitting up there making you think they can make a difference and they really only got their agenda in mind. Project 2025. All their project really is make the rich rich and keep the poor poor and make who wasn't originally that poor even poor. Get the fuck out of here. And that's all they doing. And you voting for it. Why make a covenant to your own demise? It's stupid. Why make the covenant? You might as well not pay these people no mind. Don't vote. What difference did it make anyway? I said that in a previous video. Black people stay talking about voting as if your problem is the candidate. Your problem ain't the candidate. It's the whole system, sweetie. You can get a president there as black as night. Okay, bitch, he could be so black that even in the morning time, the only thing you see is that nigga teeth. Bitch, he could be so black that every time you see him on camera, he look like an empty space. It don't fucking matter. The system is broke. So nothing you do and no matter what candidate you put in there, ain't nothing going to change. You got to change. Boycotting and withholding your funds, withholding your money. Don't go to work. They want to raise gas prices? Stop working. I can't go to work. I can't do nothing. Don't nobody do nothing. Them gas prices will come down so damn quick your head will spin. They charge you 50 cents to go to that damn pump. Declare a state of emergency. Ain't nobody buying gas. Bitch, they can't. You never put it to $8. Don't make no fucking sense. People don't understand. A good old boycott ain't never hurt nobody. It just hurt the pockets of billionaires who think that you don't matter. Make me rich and be quiet and just consume. While I go out here and determine what evil thing I'm about to do to your fucking life. So yes, boycott. What do you got to lose? You ain't had nothing to gain. You gonna lose. They wasn't winning nothing, no way. Communities still look like shit. If you actually, okay, so let's say this. Let's say that you actually don't boycott. And your sons and daughters go ahead and get $20 million deals. You know what they signing in their clause? To not do for their community. That's why they don't do it. That's why they always got to get the little mixed race, big hair white girl, some racially ambiguous, funny looking chick, so they can go back into the community, have some weird ass scandal with some ugly ass white woman who was like a used up model that nobody fucking for real. And then you get some scandal like Shannon Sharp, and then you got to pay her $50 million for you saying something to her online. And she being allegedly only 19, looking 47. Ain't that a bitch? I'm just being honest. You always got to go out with some type of scandal where your money gets usurped from you and given to somebody white. And then you, Shannon Sharp, act like it's, if you was in a business, Shannon, giving away money, bitch, I need money right now. You could at least gave a bitch a couple of grand so I could pay this debt off so I can get into a house if you was in a business of giving away $50 million. That would have came useful for me. I actually have goals that I want to achieve. Somebody put the video over to the Shannon. Can I get some money, Shannon? Because you done gave $50 million to the white girl. Same man talking about he ain't going to give no money to his own children. Ain't that a bitch? These niggas is retarded. And they're the example. And this is the reason why the black community is the way it is. Because the examples that they have for men ain't shit. Where are the good black men who actually like black families that want to do the right thing? That stand for something and don't fall for everything. Money, great, but it's terrible if your community has fallen apart and there's nothing you could do for it. I hate seeing, even with the niggas that act a fucking muck, I hate to see them do bad. Unless it's at the hands of their own. Because if you out here killing and doing whatever before you. I don't care about that. That's you. Stop fighting and killing your own. That right there I don't give a fuck about. I'm going to keep it 100. When you into that type of shit, you get what you get. Stay out of people's street and leave people alone. I don't like the troublemaking black folk. So this ain't for you. But for the rest of the regular civilized black folk, so-called black folk, American Indian, that's who we talking to. It don't make no sense. If you do not understand why you should boycott, you are part of the problem. It's bigger than them making that money. Or, when you make that money, build up your inner cities. Go back. Don't look at the fine print and say, no, I got to help my community. I do not put this in a fine print that I can't help my community. And out it. I'm not going to sign that if I can't help my community. My community got to get up. I don't want to see dilapidated buildings when I'm coming into my community. I want to see affordable housing. I want my people to go to cafes too. They want nice schools. I want to see my kids actually have education and good school books. Good drinking water that's not next to a fucking factory that's putting pollutants in the air and in the water. I want to be able to have a farm and have my people get adequate food. That's actually real and not GMO. Kimberly Mel, come on, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. It's True Us TV. Like, share, and subscribe. Stay up, stay blessed. Put God first above all else. Peace out. Bye for now.